Welcome to Snaccidents! Hey, you might be asking yourself, what's a Snaccident?
Have you been out with friends and accidentally eaten all the appetizers for the table?
Have you sat on the couch for your favourite show and eaten a whole can of Pringles after only the first episode?
Have you gone up for your third plate at the family barbecue when everyone else is still in their first?
Then you, my friends, have had a Snaccident.
But that's okay. We're not here to judge, we're here to help.
By judging.
We accept this dark, dark hunger that lives in every one of us, but we're here to offer you better quality Snaccidents through careful consideration and cutthroat democracy.
Each episode, we bring snacks that we love in a head-to-head battle, an ultimate Snacc-down, where we taste and score each other's snacks and vote on the final Snack Champ.
At the end of each episode, the final
Snack Champ
will go on to fight the winner of the next episode and become our version of a Snack Highlander, or as we like to call it,
Snacklander! Now, what snacks qualify as competitors?
These can be any food or drink item easily attainable. We want to keep it simple and accessible so you can join in the fun at home.
Now, these can be snacks that need small amounts of preparation such as cooking, microwaving, or boiling, but they must consist of the product and just that.
Exactly. Now, with that out of the way, let's introduce ourselves as your guides and experts.
I'm Charlie, your limited edition snack addict.
And I'm Sam, your amateur chocolatier. And now, a quick message from our sponsor. Cacolo Treats is an online luxury confectionery business based in Wiltshire.
Born in the midst of the lockdown, their mission is to spread positivity, motivation, and happiness through everyone's favourite snack, chocolate!
And you'll hear more from them later on. So, this episode's theme is
New Year's!
Specifically, we're going to be talking about drinks because, you know, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, you're going to be having a couple drinks. It's inevitable.
It happens.
It happens.
Even if you're off alcohol for a year or two.
Even if you're off alcohol for a year and a half, you're going to have a drink. And to help us weigh in on this topic, we have
Jen, aspiring counsellor and zesty soul.
Oh, that was really intense, but I liked it.
That was so loud. Okay, Jen, would you be able to regale us with a Snaccident?
I would. So this one is not something that happened to me, but it's a story someone told me, and I absolutely love it. I won't mention the names. Let's say an old friend once told me the story of how them and their brother, when they were young, about 8 years old, really wanted to steal cookies from their mother at the time, and they hatched a genius plan on how they do that, and that involved attempting to glue her to the toilet using Prince.
You know, I've heard this story before.
Yeah, I absolutely love the story. And, you know, I'm struggling to remember who told me, but it was such...
It will remain a mystery, I guess.
It will, but it's my favourite one.
You find with these scenarios, there's always a mastermind and some poor sidekick that gets pulled into it.
It sounds
And
like
you gotta feel bad
guy.
for the sidekick.
It sounds like Charlie has some inside knowledge on this.
Yeah, well, you know, when it goes sideways, you need someone to put the blame on.
Yeah, let's continue.
Okay, well, Charlie, what have you been up to in the last, week or so?
I've been doing some research, Sam.
Oh, no.
So...
What? What does that mean?
I've been going around and I've noticed that... Do you know Gillian chocolates? The seashells?
Gillian, yeah.
Yeah.
Gillian.
I know Gillian.
Yeah, Gillian. Okay, are we going with Gillian?
I think we're going with
Okay, we're going with Gillian. Gillian chocolate seashells. My mum loves them. They're a bit expensive.
Oh, I love them. They're fantastic.
Yeah, they're fantastic. I have realised that Aldi and Lidl do their own version. Lidl's, being £1.30, bring them in at 40p per 100 grams, and Aldi at £2.35 bring them in at 99p per 100 grams. I did a taste test with my mum, and I gave her each of them, and I tricked her into thinking that they were the opposites, and she preferred the Aldi version. I know myself. I preferred the Aldi version as well. It's way cheaper, it's better chocolate.
I will say, you did share with me some of these. In fact, you bought me a box, and I tell you what, they're really, really good.
They're more creamy.
Yeah.
They're less nutty.
They're less
but
sort
I
of
don't
like
nuts.
claggy. They don't coat the inside of your mouth in the same way
They're
that
okay.
cheap
They're okay.
chocolate does. Not that I'm calling out Gillian on this at all, but yeah, maybe we should do an episode where we just have one from all three.
Knockoff chocolates, baby.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good segment.
A knockoff
idea.
episode. That'd be quite fun.
That is one of the things I have missed the most being vegan is Gillian chocolates because I've loved them. Anything praline.
They're
anything
very
praline
good.
based.
Oh,
Very good.
pralines the
Yeah,
best.
I love praline.
Love it. Jen, how about you? What have you been up to at the minute?
I just got Disney Plus, actually. I'm not advocating it,
Chill.
but... What?
Chill.
What does
We
that mean?
both have it. You can't call
Okay,
for
no.
that.
Anyway, and I've been rewatching Gravity Falls. Oh, I love that show. I forgot how much I love
Such
it.
a good show.
It's a classic.
Incredible arc, fantastic characters, brilliant storytelling. I did, in fact, dress as Dipper from Gravity Falls for
I remember that.
one of our last trips to Comic-Con.
Yeah, one of the last.
I obviously wasn't there, but I've seen the pictures and I remember you talking about that. And you made was it the flashlight he had or something?
Yeah, I made
like
the
that?
flashlight.
No, it was your costume design was inspired. I know that you had a lot of trouble getting the socks.
Oh my
That was
god.
the main issue.
Are we really going to bring up the socks?
Sock
Do
appreciation.
you know how hard it is to find unbranded socks that have just a single, like, little red stripe on top? Not two, not three, a single one that don't also have, like, Wilson written on the side or anything like that.
Wilson!
It's like those little American plastic cups.
Only in
Made-
America.
The short version of the story is I did get a red Sharpie and and put little red stripes on all my
No.
socks. But I think the rest of the outfit was fairly on point. I've still got all the stuff for that, I think.
Sam, dog, what you been doing?
Well, dog, I have recently invested in a new ice cream maker, which I bought for my girlfriend's birthday, and it's been a revelation. It just makes the whole process such a breeze, and it's oh so smooth.
It's very smooth. I had some for my birthday that was quite recent in November, and Sam made me a Biscoff ice cream, continuing with the theme from the last few episodes, and it was delicious. It was more of a very cold clotted cream. It was like
I didn't think I was going to get slammed for this.
you're not getting slammed. I'm saying this is a good thing.
Oh,
Have
okay.
you guys seen Brian David Gilbert's video on ice cream making?
I have. I bought the same ice cream maker.
There we go.
I watched it and I thought, yes.
This man knows.
I had the exact same thought.
I
had the exact same
genuinely
thought.
use the exact same base recipes and stuff that he has that he's taken from Ben & Jerry's whatever that he has on his website. I use the exact same ones.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
So if you subscribe to the channel, Sam will send you samples of his ice cream.
And they're called samples.
Well, now I gotta do it. I wasn't sold right until that moment. Well, this is it. With the holiday come up, I'm really hoping I can experiment more with some like flavors and festivity things. And...
Really spread your cream about.
Okay, so let's get on with the show. Starting with round one.
So now we'll each get the chance to fight our case for the snacks we've brought and why we love them.
Jen, what have you brought with you this episode?
So today I have brought with me one of my all-time favourite wines. The brand is called Lunaria and the specific type is called Ramoro. It's a lovely Pinot Grigio but with a nice sort of bronzy copper colour. I personally find it to be very light and crisp and sweet. It is 100% vegan, biodynamic, handmade, sulfite free, and I find that it goes down like water when I drink it. It really,
this is the most dangerous drinks.
it's dangerous, but it's so good, you guys, and it's just really, like I said, light. I also found that there were notes of vanilla in there as well, which I quite like, and I can tell it tastes like sustainability and
I love the taste of sustainability.
and moral high
Ooh, is that
ground.
organic?
So the thing with this wine as well is initially I actually found it at this market stall in Bath, which is owned by the people who create Wolf Wine, which is a different brand of Bath-based wine.
Okay.
I was going there to find Wolf Wine, but they didn't have any in stock, so they offered me this as a substitute. I fell in love when I sampled it. So KWM Wines is a particular website that will sell it. It is on the higher end, so it's about 15 to 20 quid. Depending on where
Moral
you go.
high ground does normally cost.
It does cost an arm and a leg, but it's worth it. And it's great to have as
You
like
don't
a
want
treat.
sleeves, it's going to cost you.
It's great to have.
Sam.
We're just going to ignore that. It is one of those really nice ones to have as like a treat. So it's not an everyday wine. It's something you have to celebrate as a one-off.
It is a shame though when you get one of those that isn't an everyday wine but is a real glugger.
Yeah.
It goes down too smooth.
The other thing, and you'll like this, Charlie, is a large portion of their proceeds go towards wolf conservation in Italy.
Lovely.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there were wolves in Italy, so that's
Oh yeah.
learn something new every day.
Yes, so it is an Italian wine. They have a vineyard in Italy. I can't remember. I think Brazzo, Italy.
It sounds like a euphemism for just getting too drunk. Oh, I got totally black.
Brazzo.
Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, I got black so last night. Oh man.
But yeah, no, I think your guys would.
Oh,
really
I'm
like
really
it.
excited to
Yeah.
try it. I'm
I
a
will say
big wine
it's
fan.
beautifully presented
Yeah.
as
It
well.
really is. So for those who can't see, the label is a nice sort of cream colour with a peacock design on it, and
All very tasteful.
almost like, would you say it was like almost like Times New Roman font? Maybe?
I wouldn't.
No, I don't.
But
No, I'd say very
No.
not that.
No, that's the first
I'm
thing that
just
came to my
saying,
head. and I
it's
could-
it's very
it's
well
something
presented, and
else.
it is an absolutely
Yeah.
gorgeous colour.
It's a really nice copper colour, so it looks almost like a rosé, but it's more on the orange side in terms of its tint.
Indeed, we will have to do a wine episode at some point. For various reasons, I haven't been drinking a lot for quite some time. This does look delicious.
It really, and
Ooh.
again, like as I mentioned, no sulfates, so it doesn't come with that horrible sort of headache.
Yeah, none of that headache-inducing
Yeah.
stuff. Let's drink some.
Yeah.
Well, in a bit. We got to do the rest of the snacks first.
What? No, that's not... Oh, yes.
Introduce them. Yes.
Yes, so now we're going to move on to Charlie. So, Charles, what have you brought this episode?
Oh, Sam, I brought something that I really love today. Concocted in Italy in 1525, this
Oh, some history.
beautifully presented amber liqueur never fails to give you those good mouth tinglies that we all love.
So scientific as well.
I am, of course, talking about Disaronno Amaretto. It has a lovely, viscous, smooth consistency and a smell like no other.
Oh, so smooth.
So smooth. It really does warm the throat and the heart and the soul. And I really can't say anything bad about it. I have so many fond memories with this drink. It mixes perfectly with Pepsi for a really nice cherry bakewell kind of taste. Or cranberry juice for my famous mix, Cramoretto, nectar of the gods.
Oh, it's so good.
I've got to
Yeah.
try that. That sounds great.
You've never tried Cramoretto?
No.
So this is like this. When I was younger, this was my go-to drink. It's quite a light alcohol.
Signature.
Signature. Yeah. It's not super strong. It's not one of these like 30-40% ones. So as a teen, you can kind of mix it and have like just have a nice experience without throwing up and passing
Oh,
out.
absolutely, yeah.
You were quite the
Far too often
sophisticated
is that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say we were probably
Yeah.
moved into like gin and tonics and Cramorettos pretty quick, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, gin and tonic for me was a bit later down the line.
Drink.
But amaretto, I get a few cartons of cranberry juice, drink, a glass out of each, and then fill it with amaretto. And you could take it to a festival, you could take it to the park,
Oh,
you
absolutely.
could go anywhere with this. And you're just drinking a bottle of cranberry juice and feeling real, that good, that
So-
woozy good.
So I actually have a question then.
Yeah.
Amaretto, is it whiskey? Is it liquor? What kind of category does it fall
It's
into?
an almond liqueur. I assume you guys have tried it before.
Yeah, I do really enjoy
I have some
amaretto,
very, very fond memories.
which is unusual because I don't usually like almond or marzipan.
I hate almonds.
Yeah,
it's
but that
yeah.
I really
Can I
like.
just say as well, I think you're absolutely right in terms of taking it to different places because it feels kind of skeevy when you, like, if you take a bottle of vodka or if you're just drinking vodka, like, whilst walking outside. When you're drinking this, it's just like, oh, I feel like an upper class, like, it's a nice, relaxing, warm Sunday. I'm just going to sit in my big chair and have a...
I'm an esteemed
Sip.
hooligan.
it's
Yeah.
the drink of sophisticates, and you can add it to your coffee. You can have it by itself in a nice tumbler.
No,
You
I
can-
agree with you.
You
on
can
that,
mix
yeah.
it with most things, and it's just
Yeah.
a really great all around drink.
Speaking
You
as someone
can
who's
add
tried,
it to your coffee, but you shouldn't always add it to your coffee.
well, speaking as someone who has tried adding just plain whiskey to their coffee before, I would be very grateful to try something that's got slightly more of sweetness to it than just straight up whiskey, oat milk, and coffee.
Yeah.
which is not nice.
Oh, I can't imagine whiskey and oat milk.
No.
No,
I
you got
assume
to.
it just separates.
No, well, no, it blends okay, but you've got
Like
to
the
add
worst
like
kind of squashed frog.
you've got to
Squashed
add.
brown.
Jesus,
Can imagine adding straight whiskey to a coffee isn't.
it tastes like you've just put turpentine in there.
I have promised to myself recently though to stop bringing Irish coffee to work.
Good promise. Maybe that can be.
Sorry,
your,
you do cycle back and forth to work, so it's not so bad.
Maybe
Yeah.
that could be your New Year's resolution.
No, I mean I get
No.
I get the Irish coffee out for
episode.
Christmas. And I have been bringing it to work sometimes, and it's fine if you bring the bottle and you have you have a shot in your glass. But if you bring a flask full of Irish coffee,
If you bring
you
it
can get a bit.
pre-mixed.
You can get a bit silly.
A little bit of a home pour before you
Yeah.
leave the house.
I was just very strangely in awe of your rebellious boldness.
Oh, this is
today.
it. I don't drink coffee, but I will have an Irish coffee at work.
Well, I was thinking, I've never drunk at work before.
You've never truly
our boss
worked.
Gabe is our boss is very cool with stuff like that. He's bought a bottle of it in himself, and we work at quite a laissez-faire. Our boss is cool, and as long as we're doing the work, he doesn't really mind. I'm not saying that he likes us being in drunk and stuff, but he doesn't mind if it's like. They used to have a situation when it gets a bit cold that they bring in a bottle of red wine and, just have a bit of
we'd
red
have
wine
red
at
wine
lunch.
lunch, yeah.
Red wine
So
lunch.
You
Red
could
wine
say
lunch.
he's confident in your ability to still
Yeah.
be responsible.
Yeah, he's just
Yeah.
he's just a nice dude.
Cool.
Yeah. Sam.
Well, Charles.
I know that voice. You know that me and Jen don't like coconut. It's a bad lineup.
Ooh. Well, you know what? I'm just going to speak from the heart and the things I've already written. Because I have no choice at this point. To be honest, when I think of New Year's Eve or the day itself, I picture a nice, resolute, smooth but hearty scotch to be enjoyed alone or quietly with others. But after the last year or so, I think everyone has probably spent enough time on their own, probably looking to celebrate very unquietly with as many loved ones as possible. I think would be fair.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do like celebrating unquietly.
Yes, more unquietly than there has been.
No, I completely agree with you on that.
I figured I'd go with my drink of choice when I want to relax and spread some cheer. A little bit louder with everyone. So my drink of choice is a sweet but flavorful pina colada.
Oh.
Specifically, this is the Malibu one, which I think is, it's got the balance just right. Plus, I was delighted to learn that it's now also vegan.
Ooh.
Without, I feel, losing any of the
I
quality.
mean, isn't coconut milk vegan anyway?
Yeah. It was one of those things I thought, slightly creamy, maybe not.
Does it say on the can, now vegan?
Yes.
Oh.
I was also going to say maybe leave some space to insert a clip of that one song.
If you like vegan coladas,
There we go.
getting caught in the rain. If you are into yoga, if you have half a brain, if you like snacking out at midnight.
It's beautiful.
That was beautiful, Charles. Yeah, I do have very fond memories of Charlie singing this once before for a small video project we used to do.
Big up 1,000 pennies.
R&D
Watch
and
our 6 videos.
Maybe don't. I also wanted to say, on the topic of flavour, there still seems to be some stigma and this war on flavour that when at bars and celebrations, whatever, with the guys, you still occasionally get mocked for any kind of drink that isn't just a beer, cider, or singular spirit.
Preach it.
And that's just whack. Yeah, exactly. For example, when I'm out in the town, my go-to drink is a Bueno cocktail.
Oh, I love a Bueno cocktail.
Yeah, it's pretty much Kahlua, ice cream, and a blended up Kinder Bueno. And it tastes f***ing delicious.
You know when you get a cocktail and it's also a dessert?
Yeah, 2 in 1, smart.
Now to clarify, is this something you've had served as an option in a restaurant or something you brought from home to a
No,
restaurant?
this is
Oh, you can go and get these.
Be at One is, I think, the specific place you're talking
They
about.
do the best one. I've had them elsewhere, but they just do it right. And I think anyone who disagrees with that is an idiot. It's so good.
Okay.
I should point out though, if you have an entire night of alcohol and milk or cream, that might not necessarily end how you want it to.
This reminds me of a Christmas we had, a candle night actually.
Oh.
We had one year where I drank, I don't know, it must have been a litre or 2 of eggnog. before dinner. And then Sam provided me with a delicious piece of pork belly, and everyone else bought their offerings as well.
That was a lot of fantastic food.
I just couldn't eat it because I was full of
I remember that! I remember that! Oh my god, yes!
That was so sad.
I remember that. Oh, you poor thing.
So guys, if you're nogging out, do it after dinner.
Yeah.
Be safe after dinner.
Nog responsibly.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for backing me up on that, Charles. Do you guys have any honourable mentions?
I actually do. Two. Number one, and this is just because I find this absolutely hilarious. It's a cocktail that I saw on a menu at one of my favourite places in Bath, and it's probably the most ridiculous cocktail I've ever heard. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it was.
It's poison.
It was. So it's at the Hideout in Bath, which is an amazing, tiny, like speakeasy whiskey bar. Very, very much high end. So you only go there for like one drink. But I remember,
Like a cigar bar.
kind of.
It's
Yeah.
an experience. It's not a I'm going to get drunk.
Exactly. I remember, looking at the menu, deciding what to order, and the one thing that stood out to me was just literally Hennessy, cinnamon, and a fortune cookie. And that was the drink. So shout out to the Hideout in Bath for making the wildest cocktail. And also, it's not a drink, but it's just another great vegan product that I really enjoy, and it's good for a little bit. Kind of on the subject of Kinder Bueno, actually. It's this brand called Love Raw, which have made their own vegan Kinder Buenos.
Never heard of that. I'm going to have to check that out.
Yeah.
It's one of my absolute
I
favourites.
can't imagine that being too hard, really.
No, it's basically just replacing making milk chocolate with other milk, or like dairy-free milk.
And
or
removing
white
any of
chocolate.
like the egg binding. But here's the question though: does it still rustle the roof of your mouth?
I don't know what that means.
And
I'm
that
bringing
wasn't,
up jokes
that wasn't
on-
a Kinder Bueno, that was
A Kinder Hippo.
a hippo.
Yeah.
Very different things. Kinder Bueno has never rustled the inside of my mouth. It's smooth and delicious, and I love it. And if you brought a Bueno for Halloween, then it probably would have won. No, it wouldn't. But maybe. Who knows? You never know.
But it might.
But it might have. But no.
maybe.
But I'd be interested to try this.
I'll send
Yeah,
you the
definitely.
link. Yeah, I really like them. And I always say I have not had the original version in over 6 years, so my memory of it could be very wrong.
It's always
Yeah.
interesting trying new stuff.
I definitely want to check them out on the show at some point.
Yeah.
Charles.
Honourable mentions. A drink that I tried recently that I really, really like, in the same vein as Amaretto actually, is a nice little bottle that you can get from Aldi called Creme Caramel. Sugar and alcohol. It's delicious. Again, you can mix it with anything. Gin and tonics, I'm a big fan of that. I'm assuming gin is vegan.
As far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
It is. Most spirits.
My favourite is Whitley Neal Raspberry Gin, probably followed very closely by the Sipsmith Lemon. Yeah, I thought I'd just go back to an old classic for this episode. And everyone knows gin. Also, gin, you don't drink gin by itself.
Oh yeah, I mean,
you're
this is
a
the thing.
heathen if you drink gin by itself.
I think this is one of the better qualities of like Disaronno, as we mentioned. It's a hard alcohol, so like Scotch, you could drink it, but you can sip on this, and it does have such a nice, smooth, warming aftertaste that it's not something that in any way, hits you hard the way that some others do, where you have to sort of like gauge yourself before and after. It's kind of like, oh, I can just let this
not
become me.
It's not like a Kamehameha to the throat.
No.
No.
In fact, I'd really like to get round to the drinking.
You know what? As far as honourable mentions go, I could go on and on for like quite some times. I'm sure like
Please don't.
everyone else could. Exactly. I think one that sticks out in my head absolutely is the Amelia Ruby Port from Lidl's and other places as well that I absolutely adore. I maybe adore it too much and have subsequently made sure that I'm not going to drink anymore because it's one of those drinks that you just keep drinking. You could just keep drinking it.
Yeah.
It's so smooth and then it's hard to stop.
I mean, in terms of port, I remember one Christmas, because we used to do our Christmas tradition of getting a selection of cheeses and a bottle of port and just
We're
hanging out
real
and eating
fancy
them.
lads.
But I always found, I remember I got, this really expensive bottle of port. It was just, the bottom of it was full of sediment, so,
It's settled.
it had settled, and you had to kind of strain it out. We didn't do that. It was a bit crunchy.
I got some chunks.
You got a kidney stone made of cork.
Crunchy pot.
Exactly. I loved it a lot, but it did me dirty. already. So.
Yeah, but I would be very interested to try this new mention that you've got.
Me
Exactly.
too.
I think I've bought it before. Unfortunately, it's not vegan.
Oh, dear.
But I think I've definitely bought you a bottle before, but I may have just bought it for you and then drank it myself. So who knows? I think other than that, though, when it comes to drinks, especially sort of like celebratory, anything like that, I'm going to have to champion Charlie, his expertise in the perfecting of the pour of a Cramoretto. It is truly delicious pairing of cranberry juice and amaretto, and it goes down smooth every single time. It's so good.
The beauty of a Cramoretto is that you can go anywhere from like 10% to 50% Amaretto in the drink, and it's still banging.
You can have an easy night or a hard night.
I'm excited to try this now at some point. And we're not trying it today, just to be clear, but in the future.
No, but we've got the Amaretto.
It has to. You have to have a Charlie pour.
There is a level of Amaretto drunk where it feels a bit like you've had a stroke because you just cannot feel the jaw.
That is a sweet spot. That is a sweet
You just
spot.
slide
Like,
into
I
it.
remember one particularly rowdy night. That's where I lost part of my tooth.
Happens.
Yeah, busted my lip open.
With that, I think it's definitely time for us to actually drink some drinks because we're all eyeing them up and it's getting
I
hard.
really want to try this wine. But first, snack facts.
Did you know the sales of Reese's Pieces was in serious decline until it was saved by the release of the 1982 movie E.T. that featured the candy, boosting sales by over 300%.
It's a wild movie. I find it kind of scary myself.
It just seems like a weird sort of facsimile that, this alien's eating Reese's Pieces, so I want Reese's Pieces.
People are no smarter than monkeys, really.
No, not really. I mean, to be honest, it was supposed to be M&M's.
M&M's?
Yeah.
Did you know Reese's was started almost 100 years ago in 1925, and now it has its own holiday called I Love Reese's Day that happens every year on May the 18th. I will be skipping I Love Reese's Day.
Yeah, I know you're not a peanut butter boy.
I'm not a peanut boy.
No. But, I didn't know that was a thing until
you found it.
Until I found it. So I've now got, Reese's, I Love Reese's Day, and I've got Veganuary. That's
Snack Facts! Okay, going into round 2, we have just tried Jen's. Oh, and it's nice. Oh, it's smooth.
It's beautiful notes of like berries and citrus. It's vibrant without being sort of like too heavy. Clean and smooth, crisp taste without like, I don't know, the added aggressiveness of like a typical like white or like rosé.
I think a lot of the time as well, to get that level of like almost water-like smoothness, you sacrifice the flavour, and this does not sacrifice any of that flavour at all.
It's very, very good. Yeah, it goes down so smooth. It's very, very easy to drink to the point where if this was much cheaper, I would maybe have to like put it away somewhere and decide I wasn't going to have that.
You'd be in trouble.
I mean, I was definitely picking up some sharp cranberry notes from it, but told by Jen that it was actually grapefruit.
I mean that definitely helps.
There's this balance where it's got a really nice sharpness to it, but it's just leveled out by.
It doesn't end with like a sour note. It ends with sort of like a nice smooth slide into just again kind of like it's its own palate cleanser almost.
It tastes like
tastes like your eyes.
I just absolutely love how much you both are enjoying this.
It's very nice. It's very nice.
It's really. I tell you what. This one is definitely one of the best wines I've had in a very long time prior to now, and
probably my favourite rosé that I've tried.
Yeah, I would go as far as saying that as well.
It tastes like moral high ground.
See,
it doesn't have that
this is what good conscience tastes like.
It doesn't have the aftertaste of like suffering or
regret
or planets dying.
It does not taste like regret. It tastes like satisfaction.
It tastes like a peacock spreading its beautiful feathers.
Do you want to do an impression of a peacock?
It feels kind of like this wine's got me high, which is weird.
You know what?
Okay, I know how to describe
I'm kind of
it.
feeling that too, and I don't know why. And I don't know if it's just because I haven't drank in like a year and a half. It just has like a perfect middle ground where it's mellow. It's not sharp or tart or bitter.
It's hypnotizing.
It's not. It has this nice clean pleasant taste that just kind of lingers just a little bit.
You think of like honeysuckles.
I imagine it would be the perfect foil against like a perfectly roasted chicken.
I would love to try it with some food.
I'm just gonna end with
It's
I
real
think
good.
it's beautifully aromatic and fragrant in a way that like is not overpowering. It's the kind of thing where like you can smell it, it's nice. It's not something that fills a room. It's that scene from the original Charlie and the Chocolate Factory where they try that like super aerated beer or whatever it is. And I feel like I'm just floating to the ceiling. There's no fan. Well, there is a fan actually.
Oh no.
Unfortunately. But like, yeah, I just feel myself getting like lifted.
Woo!
And we have just tried Disaronno Amaretto. Oh, does it go down so smooth? It's like having central heating for your body.
Ooh,
You can
that's
just
a good
feel it like slide down there. It's just this nice heat fills you up.
It's like, there's that song, my favourite things from Sound of Music, like raindrops and roses and whiskers on kittens. You know that one?
But every single word is Disaronno.
I was shocked by how much I liked it. Because I don't usually enjoy straight liqueur. Best way I can describe it is, when you run a bath that's like slightly too hot and you dip your toe in.
I know exactly
and you
what you
recoil
mean.
a little bit and you sink right into it and you just melt into it. And so it has a slight kick that you are unsure about at first, but then the aftertaste you just melt right into. Oh my god.
Go with the flow.
You were saying we were all saying, I guess, how the wine was like a perfect kind of vibrant summery drink. I think this is a very nice wintry drink.
Exactly, yes.
It warms you up the whole way down.
Yeah.
It's only like 18-20%.
I have no idea.
Get the bottle. It's 28%. So
I'm gonna get very drunk today.
it's not that heavy 40.
No,
but
it's not like a serious gin.
Yeah, it's not like a serious whiskey or gin or vodka.
It's not a
but
business drink.
It's just right.
Done.
No, this
Drinks.
is sipping juice.
These are. I am having the best.
This is what you have. This is what you have when you come home from work, where you don't want a highball that's going to keep you going like, whoo, yeah, back in the room kind of thing.
wanna
It's like, oh, I'm going to melt into my chair.
And I'm fine about it.
I wasted all my good words on the last drink, but it does have these layers of complexity where it has a level of depth that you don't assume from something so simple. It's smoky sweet, like a burnt caramel kind of thing, where you take it too far deliberately, and it's just.
But it's got a hazelnutty quality to it as well.
Yeah.
Like I can see exactly, Charlie, what you mean about mixing it with coffee or cranberry.
You've got that amaretto,
In
like
fact,
holding that pillow over your face.
There's like.
It's exquisite. It's so delicious.
I described it as nectar of the gods.
The quote is, "Brevity is the soul of wit."
I'm gonna tweak this slightly. Amaretto is the amaretto of amaretto.
You know what? I think we can just leave it there. I don't think we need to add it. I think you've said everything that needs to be said.
It's very versatile.
Yeah, especially food, like using it for like flavoring sponges and other things like that. Like, it's robust.
You get this
You
tingling.
get warm face.
You get warm face. You get this tingling in your face, and your cheeks don't work quite right, and you can't do words.
Simple things done well, like a lot of things in life, I kind of feel are the best, and this sums it up perfectly.
It's great.
Well, I think we've all said what we've got to say about this round. We're going to write down some scores and then move on to the next drink.
I've forgotten about that.
Right.
I am pleasantly surprised. Number one, that I enjoyed something that Sam provided. Number two,
That's so
a bit of a burn on Sam there. Number two, I usually hate Malibu. I don't like coconut. I don't like rum. But that being said, I did not hate this one. It wasn't my favourite, but I actually did really like it.
You didn't hate it, which is a bonus for me.
I love pineapple, and so there's a really strong, powerful pineapple flavour to begin with, like coming out the gate.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, I knew the audience that I would have for this, and it was kind of a risk bringing on something that was A, coconut, and B, pineapple.
You were brave.
But I enjoy it that much.
So
I think it's so well balanced compared to like a lot of versions of this. That this was just like, it was the best of this thing I could bring, and I really enjoyed it. So I thought, you know what, I'll at least give it a shot.
I really, really hate pineapple. And I really, really hate coconut. It was very nice. I think coming off the other drinks that we've just had, we've had wine, which is quite fruity and playful, and we've had amaretto, which is quite rich and deep. And having the Malibu after those two, it's really refreshing, and that's actually a win in my book. I actually really enjoyed it.
You know
it
what?
cleansed my palate nicely, and I did enjoy it.
That's a
I'm
really,
so overwhelmingly
really good
happy
point.
now.
No, that's a really good point because the amaretto is so heavy in a good way, but it is a very heavy drink.
You don't want a glass of it.
That just snaps you right out of that. It changes the game. It's citrusy, it's sweet, it's fruity. It's got that niceness to it, but with a little bit of an earthy vibe, which is
Like normally, like in terms of rum, like I'm a big rum fan. I was for a very long time. Malibu was never my go-to. It's normally like dark rums and stuff like that. But I think if you were to, I don't know, have this on like a hot day, or say at a beach, or something like that, like,
it's
this
a
is
very
definitely
beachy drink.
I feel pretty good about how everyone has enjoyed the pina colada more than I thought it would.
Yeah,
It's going to be
down
It was nice. It's fresh.
none. So this is a whatever it is, it's a bonus more than 0 at this point. It seems like this will be a perfect opportunity.
Okay, go on then.
This is falling apart.
It's just no. It's just that's the bit that you normally go into. Like, well, that's the end of this segment, and we're going to another one.
Okay.
And you just seem a bit
Hang on.
like wobbly in your feet going
Guys.
into it.
Guys.
Hey.
Happy New Year.
Alright guys, it's time for the all-important third round where we vote for this episode's
Snack Jam.
Jen, would you like to go first?
I am going to have to go with mine. I was really fucking close, I got to say that. I absolutely love the Di Serono, but the only reason why mine gets ahead a little bit in my eyes, I could quite happily sit there and drink a glass or 2 or 3 of my wine, just consistently sipping it. It goes down real easy. Whereas the Di Serono on its own, I personally prefer the wine because it just undercut that a little bit. So I think that's the
Fair
only
enough.
way the wine gets ahead.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, I love the wine, and this is probably the closest it's ever been on any Snaccidents episode so far.
Yeah.
Personally, for me, I've got to go with the Di Serono.
Yeah.
I loved the wine. It was fantastic and surprisingly good. I love the pina colada, but the Di Serono, it just stirs up these nostalgic memories that I can't deny. It's always been good and it continues to be good, and I can take it forward into so many different situations and scenarios where I'm gonna enjoy it every single time. Charles, what are you thinking?
I'm stumped.
Oh no!
I'm stumped. It's so very clear. I surprisingly enjoyed the pina colada.
I'm pleasantly surprised as well. I thought you were gonna instantly
I
dismiss
was
it.
really pleasantly surprised by it.
I'm really stuck between the wine and the amaretto, and I think I would really love to give it to the wine, but I'm gonna have to give it to the amaretto, if not for the fact that Sam's gonna have to get a bottle next episode.
Every single time.
Yeah.
I mean, again, like, I know I didn't win. I'm not sad about that.
I think
No,
this episode.
there are no
really
losers
good.
here. We're all winners.
I think this episode everyone won.
Literally, it was
For the
so.
first time ever.
You guys, it was honestly really close.
There's not a clear winner. There is a winner here, but I think coming up on Candle Nights this month, I would love to try all of these drinks again.
Oh, absolutely. I'll be very sad.
Enjoy some happy times with all of you,
Oh my God.
enjoying these nice alcoholic beverages.
Definitely. I'll be very sad if I don't have these again at some point very soon. This is the best it's ever been, guys. Maybe the best it'll ever be. Savour it.
It's been so light and happy, and there's been no jabbing comment.
Well, with that, it's on to the final round. It's time to see whether this episode's winner can hack it against the ultimate
Snacklander! So, let battle commence.
Ready, fight!
It's finally time to find out who's going to win. We have Di Serono as this episode's winner, but can it possibly defeat last episode's winner and current reigning
Snacklander! Tesco's meal deal. Chicken and bacon wrap.
Well, there's only one way to find out. Jen, what are you feeling?
Amaretto, all the fucking way, no contest.
I mean, that's fairly decisive.
Get the fuck out of here with your bullshit meal deal. This is easy. Amaretto.
It's a meal in a bottle, baby.
You don't even need food with this thing.
I mean, I'm
If you're
feeling
drunk,
fairly
you
confident
forget
about
about
this
how
because I know
hungry
where
you are.
I'm going and I'm pretty happy with this result so far.
Okay, you know what I'm going for. I'm going for amaretto because it gives you that good numb face. And
Numb face, warm cheeks,
Yeah.
hot belly, good time.
and the chicken and bacon wrap just don't do that.
It just
It
don't
really
do.
Does it?
It can.
do.
It won't.
I
It
have tingling in
refuses.
my feet and I want to go and swim in a lake.
It ain't no thing.
I don't even have to throw my vote out here, but I will because I just feel so good about it. It's amaretto every single time. It's so good. I think it's going to take quite a lot to knock this off the top spot for a good few episodes at least.
It seems as though Amaretto wins this one, baby.
And you know what that means, Charles? That means this episode there is a new Snacklander!
A viscous pool of amber liquid drowns the poor bacon and chicken wrap. Amaretto is the Snacklander.
Amaretto reigns supreme, but for how long? And so, we'd like to thank our sponsors once more for supporting the show. Cocolo Treats, an online luxury confectionery brand based in Wiltshire.
They sell a variety of confectionery goods including handmade chocolate bars, creamy fudge, and pick-and-mix sweets, as well as specialty coffee and tea.
They have a wide selection of gifts that are perfect for everyone, especially with Christmas coming up. So, head to www.cocolotreats.com to browse their full collection. Thanks again. So, Jen, thank you for joining us and helping us weigh on this topic so dutifully. Is there anything that you have at the minute you'd like to share with us, or anything you think people should know about?
Just to reiterate that lovely little vegan confectionery company that I mentioned before. So that's Love Raw, Loveraw, and they do Kinder Bueno replicants. They do like Charles is having a seizure.
What the f*** is happening to you right now? What are you trying to not laugh at?
Oh my god, you just said Bueno replicants, and I was thinking like Blade Runner. I was just thinking about this Bueno that's like, am I Bueno or not?
Just bleeds like hazelnut crema.
Am I Bueno?
There's a little origami Kinder Hippo at the end of the film.
And he just says, what is Bueno?
Anyway.
So, Charles, are you going to be checking that out as well?
I'm going to be looking at those Buenos hard.
Great. Well, we're definitely going to check those out too. I hope you as well. And if you enjoy the show, why not share it with somebody else? Tell them about it. And let us know. Send us a message. Cheers, guys.
Now, if you've got any suggestions, questions, or stories of your own Snaccidents, send those to snaccidentspodcast@gmail.com. Go snack yourself!
You can find us on all the regular socials, plus you can always check out our website at snaccidentspodcast.com for more.
And thank you all for listening.
Join us next episode for all new themes, all new snacks, and maybe a new
Snacklander! Keep it crunchy!